Okay, well, we are in Ark Survival Evolved. It's the first time I've done a series on this, obviously, and I've played this game for so long, and I've wanted to record it for so long. Um, this will be a specific type of series where every episode I'm going to try to tame a creature, and the end goal is to have every creature tamed. That is the end goal of the series. Every creature and all the bosses defeated. Hopefully. It's not super boosted, but you can see we're definitely not on official rates or anything. These are all the skins I have. I mean, I don't know if they're all legit. What should we pump? So uh, everything changed is like XP, taming, harvest, that's the normal. But I did specific breeding multipliers specifically for Rexes, and hopefully they're going to be pretty decent for everything else. But since we are going to be fighting bosses, I did think breeding Rexes would be the main priority in the end. I don't want to go up that way because the Ichthyornises. So I'm going to try to tame certain dinos this episode. I haven't found the one I'm looking for yet, and I just found one. 2, 3. This is a max difficulty single player, so levels do scale up by 8, or I mean 6. They go up to 6, and the max level is 180 opposed to 150. So I'm glad in this area I haven't seen any Therazinos or Raptors. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to build up on that cliff for the start. Oh, my luck has changed. Not sure exactly where any resources are, like metal or crystal. I believe some are up on top of this hill. And I'm gonna try to tame max level or close to max level of every dinosaur, at least in the end. I don't know if I'll be able to find a 180 dodo, but let's start getting tools ready and everything. Enough chatting around. How I like to go, usually 200 stam, 500 weight. Oh yeah, this is not a completely vanilla playthrough. I do have a few mods just for what's it called? Just to be helpful. They're not game changing or anything. I just have a corpse finder, you know, S plus, platforms plus, nothing too huge. I actually don't even remember all the mods that I have installed, but anything looks suspicious. Yeah, you got all the S plus things right here. Only reason I have S plus is just because obviously for the picking up everything. I know they did that for their base game, but 30 seconds is not going to be nearly enough time. Wait, can I make this? Okay, no. Tech replicator. So that's why it's not cheating. S plus isn't cheating in my eyes, because everything you also need a tech rep, which is obviously a boss engram, so it's not, it's not getting ahead of yourself. Did I make an axe? No. I think I'm going to build along this beach just to start off. I did not change any food or water rates, so this is all going to be the base. And it looks like the highest level dodo here is a level 88. The summer beach colors look pretty cool though. Very interesting. There's one thing I didn't account for is the food early game. Can't say I'm used to that. I did play on servers. Piranha? Yeah. Oh, that's new. I don't know what that's from. That's cool though. Never seen that before. How many spears? 5 should be fine. Just like every basic playthrough, I'm just gonna get the basics done, you know? And can you normally learn these on... Nope, that's not what I... Aberration. Yeah, so it looks like I can learn other map engrams, but obviously I'm not going to get stuff like clay, because I can't get sand, but it's there. Yep, I'm going to build a little platform, and can stack, okay. I'll be back. Okay, I got a few more platforms made, got a lot more levels. I'm going to try to explain how to play this game, and mostly what to do to the best of my ability, I guess. So right now, I don't even need... How I start out is I build a little platform, and what you're trying to do, if you're trying to tame creatures, I need a mortar and pestle, and I also need a refining forge to start getting metal up and going. I don't know if there's any river rocks around here, but I'm sure I could find metal not too far away. If we look, bow and arrow are always super helpful. And I'll try not to kill the level 88, because I would like to keep him. Oh wait, 24. Is that already 20? No, that's 20. Bows do a little bit more damage, but of course it's a use of arrows. Axes, for everyone that's new, axes get more hide and wood and stone, while pickaxes get more meat, thatch, and flint, as well as metal. The big thing early on is to get a lot of hide. Hide is necessary for this game. I'm gonna get a few bolas just for the raptors that are over there. Every time I tame a creature, I'm gonna put a little dossier of the creature and a little explanation on how to use it and really what they're good for. Another thing early on is getting water and food situated. So obviously I have water right here, which is really nice. But the food situation is the big thing. So as you can see, I do have a stacks mod on. Now it's not one of those that reduces 90% of the weight, it only reduces 50%. So I will be able to hold a little bit more than I would in vanilla, but I don't think it's that different. It's just to be easier. In the water, it doesn't look like we have any megalodons. So besides the piranhas, I think I'm pretty safe to go across wherever I want. Level 4 parasaur, perfect. Parasaurs, as you can probably imagine, give a lot more meat and hide than a dodo would. With just a few arrows. They do get headshot multipliers, so that's helpful. And as you can see, I get a lot more hide than I would from dodos. And I'm not planning on taming anything right now, so I'm just gonna throw the meat all together. Probably gonna stop at 300 weight for now, just so I can pump up other stats. And just for future reference, I'm gonna look at some of the dinosaurs in the area and all their levels. Because I will be taming everything, so it's good to get an idea. Biggest thing I think that I haven't been doing is getting narco berries, so I can start getting narcotic, just to get some of these animals tamed. I think, just because I have a stacks mod on, might be a little bit difficult to get spoiled meat. So the thing I haven't learned in so long, I don't think I've ever used this, a club. So club is a melee weapon that does torpor to knock out a creature. What you just saw me do is put a the purple berries, called mejo berries. Those are most effective for taming herbivore dinosaurs. And if you ever just walk up to a little lystro, you can see there's a prompt, and when you feed it to it, it'll show you a taming bar. And if it doesn't insta-tame, it'll show you a taming bar, and you can get a rough idea on how many berries you're going to need to fully tame it. So what a lystro does is, you can see I have a prompt to pet it. So if I press E on it, there's a little animation, and there's a little sign above its head, which means it's doing an XP boost. So every creature in the area is getting an XP boost. I don't think I can show range, but so whatever dinosaurs in the area will get a boost. I'm not sure if player gets a boost or not. Doesn't tell me. But either way, it's just good if you have a good amount of dinosaurs around. And it also the more you have in the area, it gets a bigger range up to a certain point. Now, I'm gonna try and tame a dodo. I'm just gonna craft up a club here. Which does do a lot of damage for a dodo per se, but it's really the only way besides punching it that you can get torpor on it. If you do have foundations like I do, you can hang stuff off the edge, and that'll do it and that'll just make it easier to, you have more space basically. And you can do this with the regular items too, not just S+. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop at 300 weight. So every berry you pick out of a bush, what berries are used for, it's obvious you can eat them. You can eat every berry and all the seeds. But the azul berries, the tinto berries, and the amar berries, yellow, yellow, red, and blue, are all just for food and for dyes. That's all they're good for, just for player foods or feeding or filling troughs or whatever. Stim berries are used for stimulants or just to wake up a creature. As you can see, it also you restore stamina a lot faster, and you lose water fast. So I don't recommend eating these unless you're a PvP. It's really only a PvP berry unless you're making stimulants. So I usually just throw them out. Narco berries are the ones that you're most looking for early on. They're used to make narcotic in the mortar and pestle, which I think I might be able to just collect some stones up, since their rates are obviously a little bit boosted. So what you can make in a mortar and pestle, obviously, is whatever you learn in your engrams. But right now I can make narcotic, spark powder, cementing paste. You can also make gunpowder, clay if you're on a map with sand, and stimulant, and also bug repellent. So once you put your meat in there, or your spoiled meat and narcotic is what you use to make narco berries and spoiled meat. So one way to get spoiled meat is you have your raw meat, and you can see it says spoil timer. So in 1 minute, one piece of meat will spoil. That's why you want to stack your food. If it's cooked and you want to save it, everything in this campfire is stacked, and so when that timer runs out, only one of that meat is going to spoil. You can see one just cooked. But so if right now if no more cooked, it would go down to 99 if it's spoiled, and it would have a little spoiled meat in the inventory. But one way to get around this, because you can see one spoiled meat makes narcotic, and it's going to take a lot more than one narcotic to knock out, say, a trike or a raptor or pretty much anything. So one way to get around this is I'm going to do this. You're going to right click your meat, split stack, and you can do split all, and it puts it all into one stacks. And so in a few seconds, this is all going to turn into spoiled meat. And there we go. We have 39 spoiled meat. So if I just put that in the mortar and pestle with T. T is your quick move shortcut. And then E is per one, or you do A just to craft up to a stack. Another thing a Lystra is good for is just for extra berries. If you're not gonna use them, you might as well just keep them in something. Because as you can see right now, 3 minutes 30 seconds. If I put them in here, 14 minutes. So they last longer in creatures. Just in case I get that XP buff, I'm gonna pet him. Everything here. Okay. So what can I learn? I know I can learn all the stone. And yes, I can finally learn smithy, refining forge, and trank arrows. Obviously I'm going to be learning the S+ version of those. And metal tools. Okay, so I just used all my engrams. First thing I'm gonna do, you need a refining forge. So flint, stone, and wood is what I need. And depending on if you have a stacks mod or not, or S plus, you might want more than one, because when just like meat and everything in this game, when you're cooking it, it cooks one at a time, unless you're talking late game. As you can see, I just got one metal. So these rocks, you can get metal from, but they're very inefficient for metal. They're really just good for stone and flint if you want to go that route. So as I got those materials, I think I might be able to craft one. Yep, I can craft another one. I will be crafting two, just to make sure that they smell a little bit faster. I'm gonna put it right here in the corner, out of my way, and S plus automatically makes you place another one. You can always escape out of it, but it's kind of helpful. So I'm not gonna cook that metal just so I don't waste any. And right here we have, you know what? I will do this. I don't know what level it is. 16. These are called Dilophosaurus, or called Dillos. They are hostile. I've never used a club before. As you can see, it knocked it out. And a Dilophosaur, as you might be able to tell, or know from Jurassic Park, is a meat-eating dinosaur. So you're gonna tame it unlike the Lystro. The Lystro is one of the few ones that tame like that. I'm gonna kill this dodo. I can just go over here. You can access its inventory, and I can put meat right in his inventory. And you can see, oh, it only took one, but you saw for a quick second, it showed a taming bar, a taming efficiency, and a torpor meter and everything. So those are just a few things you need for taming. So what they're good for, very, very early game, basic defense. So if another Dilophosaur comes to attack you, you have some, this Lystra's not going to help itself. So it needs a little bit of help from other creatures, and a Dilo is just kind of good, because one of their abilities is they do spit, just like in Jurassic Park, and they blind and slow you, as well as I think they make you lose stamina over time. I'm not sure on that though. But they're really easy to avoid if you do find one in the wild try to spit at you, but it is a good defense measure. So one thing I should have was really meant to be the first tame. It's a dodo. I want to find the highest level one I can. And I know there was an 88 around here. I don't remember what color it was, but if not, I'll just tame the 32. It doesn't really matter. For these early game dinosaurs, you're not going to find anything that you need to get a high level on. As well as being down south. If you press M, it opens up a map. And if you're down here on the southern half, mostly just the west side, you'll find really low levels. And so it's a really good starting place for newer players. So I'm gonna tame level 88. It doesn't look like I can use it as I'm moving. Didn't know that was a thing. They are very loud. Shouldn't take too long to tame this. put up more of a fight than I thought. Oh, okay. So what I just did was a bad thing if you are taming high levels, trying to get good taming efficiency. So it doesn't show taming efficiency right now because I don't have food in its inventory, but you can see its unconscious meter torpor level is going down, and it says put food inventory to tame. So that is a taming bar, and see that taming efficiency 77. Normally it would be 100, but I did hit it while it was down. So that's another thing you need narcotic for, is for when you are taming something, instead of just shooting it with another narcotic arrow or beating it with a club to keep it down, a narcotic does not affect your taming efficiency as you are taming it. As you can see, my water is going down. I can check my inventory a little bit better. On the right side, you see I have no water, and I got this little thing in the bottom that says dehydration. At the top of all these stats is my torpor level. You can see it down in the middle of my inventory above my hotbar. My torpor is rising, and if that gets to a certain point, you will be knocked out and have to wait to be woken up. It does happen automatically, but it's just a little pain, especially if you're in somewhere dangerous. You can't afford to really be knocked out and not be able to do anything. So what I was trying to do is get metal. Before I do that, let's talk about Dodo. Dodo is probably one of your first tames, obviously. It's one of my first 3. And they do the same thing as a Lystro, as they hold berries. Other than that, they don't do much. Even holding berries, let's see, 68 weight, 100. You know, this is a lower level. Dodos really aren't good for anything, but it's like a house pet thing. But let's test out the Lystro thing. If I pet him, I'll get a little XP bonus, a little yellow arrow. You see the Dodo's out of range. I can throw him into range. One thing I don't know if I want to do or not is to name all my dinosaurs. I always can, if I need to. So I ate some meat to fill up my hunger bar, and I'm gonna see how far I can go into this area without getting demolished by a raptor. So looking at that parasaur that's over there, it's not running away or anything, so it looks safe. So supposedly it doesn't look like there's a raptor over there. He might have went more inland, or he's on the beach killing a dodo behind one of these rocks, waiting to ambush me. Either way, I think I'm good. I don't really want to die, especially if there's a raptor around. Raptors also spawn up there, I think, so that's not ideal. Raptors will attack these turtles, so if you're ever getting chased by one, you can always bob and weave around certain animals and it will lose aggro on you, and then maybe fight something else. Okay, so there's these colors in the sky. See one over there? I believe that one's green. There's white, and there's all different kinds of colors, and each of them correspond to a different level. These are supply drops, and every level will drop something different. So white drops are just materials. I believe it takes level 5 to open up. It's either 5, 10, or 15. One of those really early levels. I believe it's 5. And so basically it's just going to give me a little bit of hide and stone and wood. All kind of basic materials. And as I am just starting out, I might as well collect it. Saves a tiny bit of grinding later on. If it doesn't tell you what level to open it, then it means you're high enough. Oh, so it also apparently gives some primitive weapons. So that's good to know. I am not going to be... okay, what I didn't do is I didn't upgrade uh, the quality of drops. So let's get a little bit of level on that. So I do not have better quality on drops, so they are base. Hopefully I can get through this land without encountering a raptor, because I believe there are river rocks around here. They look different than these rocks. When I find them, I'll show you. So I'm gonna go look for some metal. This was an unexpected turn of events. I found these pesky little dinosaurs. Going to explore now. Hopefully. He didn't attack me. So usually these things will attack you. When I run away, maybe it'll do it. And you have to put medjool berries in your last slot. And that's easy as that. I didn't plan to tame these at this point, but you know, it's to survive. And the other one, there were 2 of them. One stole my arrows. So if you do kill them or tame them, they will keep the inventory that they took from you. And he will come back for more. They run away, and eventually they'll come back if they re-aggro. I'm gonna get some water. I'm trying to get my arrows back, because that's just annoying. I think I see him. There we go. Yep, that's my arrows back. So I'm just gonna leave him. He's gonna follow me. I do have the higher level one on my shoulder. You can see. You can pick up and they'll be on your shoulder. Ooh, early game when it rains, that's really nice because you get free water, and it's really helpful if you're not by any water and you have a base like in the middle of nowhere. It's just really helpful. I don't know where that Sarco went, and that kind of scares me, but oh well. So continue the hunt for metal.